What's up, everybody? Who's up for listening to some more of my rantings? This time, I want to discuss people and animals. Now, some people, many people, look at animals as, I don't know how you would say it, lower forms of life, I guess you could say. And that they're there for their own personal enjoyment, and that's about it. Now, I've got a problem with all of this because, I'm an animal lover. I used to work in a pet store a long time ago, a few years ago, not a few years ago, but what have you. And some of the shit that I witnessed is just absolutely ridiculous. And a lot of the shit that I've heard from people is ridiculous. Now, a lot of people believe in a certain concept known as disposable pets. That's bullshit. There's no such thing as a disposable pet. You buy a pet, the thing gets sick or hurt or whatever and stuff, and you're just like, fuck it, I can get a new one. At least the way I feel, pets are family members. You treat them the same way you would your children. My pets have always been like children to me. We paid $1,200 to have exploratory surgery done on our cat because our cat wasn't doing well. And we needed to find out what was going on and everything. And we didn't think twice about it. And what I don't understand is, some people hear that and they're like, are you fucking kidding me? You'd do it for your children, wouldn't you? You wouldn't think twice if your son or daughter had something going wrong and you had to spend $1,200 to have exploratory surgery on them. You wouldn't think twice. But for an animal, you would? You'd say to hell with it? Let the animal die? We can get a new one? It's just, I don't understand how people can feel this way. My wife was showing me something. I think it was on Facebook or something. And it's overseas somewhere. I think in one of those Asian countries or something like that, Alright, what they do is they drug a lion and they set it up so people can take selfies with it. And then when everything is all said and done, they destroy the lion. Really? You really think that animal was put on this planet for you to be selfish enough to just be like, oh goody, I can take a selfie with it, it's drugged? This is the things that people do with these things, with animals and everything. It's just, I wouldn't be surprised one of these days if, I don't know if any of you have seen the show Zoo. It's really cool. I dig it. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like this happen. And animals stand up and say, bullshit, fuck you all, no more of this. This is ridiculous. And friggin' revolt. There's more of them than there is of us, people. And you've got people's perceptions of certain dog breeds. Now, these perceptions have been brought on by stupid asses who shouldn't have owned that dog in the first place. Because they raise it for one thing and one thing only, and that's to be vicious, for dog fighting. I mean, you've got drug dealers and thugs and criminals of all sorts owning these animals and raising these animals to hurt people and everything. And because of a few retards, an entire breed is blacklisted. I mean, there are plenty of people who own pit bulls, Rottweilers, Dobermans, all of those supposed vicious breeds, and the things are puppy dogs. They're the friendliest things in the world. They wouldn't hurt anybody. But because of a few morons that shouldn't have owned a dog in the first fucking place, now the entire breed is blacklisted. You know, it all boils down to how you raise the animal. You can take one of these so-called calm and family-oriented and docile breeds and raise it to be a killer just as much as you can raise these so-called vicious breeds. It all boils down to how you raise the animal. And if you shouldn't have an animal in the first fucking place, and then you raise it wrong, it's going to be a vicious, nasty animal. And people like that should be banned from owning animals, and they should never be allowed to have one. But, alrighty, well, that's my thoughts on the subject. You all take it easy.